Hello everyone, I'm CM Dragonlark,
It's Alteris.
and welcome to the first episode of Dragon Talk, where Alteris will be telling you awesome new things
Yes.
about Dragon Saga.
So basically, first let's kind of wrap up about past month. So we asked the community for help with a lot of the exploits and a lot of the cheating and a lot of like the bugs and stuff. So far, it's been really great. You guys have been helping out a lot. We've stopped over like I think 20 exploits, bugs, and hacks. Also, cool news. We're over 100 downloads from Steam. 100,000, not 100. 100 is no. We have like that daily, but no, 100,000 downloads. So that's really cool. It's always moving on up, and it's looking really good. So since we've dealt with a lot of the exploits and stuff like that, now our team is able to move into like actual content territory, and we could start making the game better.
Yeah.
Instead of like bandaging like all these bleeding wounds Dragon Saga has accumulated over time. So today I'm just gonna give you like a rundown of what we have planned and what we have in store for Dragon Saga. We're still dealing with the giant box of code that the previous developers have given us, and we're still unraveling all the things. And basically, we're on to our next project, our next step of Dragon Saga. So the next step actually is a new name for Dragon Saga. It's no longer going to be called Dragon Saga Galaxia. We're going to call it Dragon Saga Arcadia.
Awesome.
It's going to be our newest update. This is going to be released maybe sometime around the end of summer. We're gonna try to make it substantial, so it's not gonna be like small little increments. It's actually gonna be like kind of like a chunk of content, and all our developers are working hard on it right now, as they work on the exploits as well. And we're doing some small things before the giant content comes out. I guess we're getting a echo.
Running out of echo. Maybe, let's see. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go.
So so Arcadia is going to be, we're going to try to get a new central city in the game. Kind of like Port of Winds. And we're going to try maybe adding more maps that you could like hunt in and stuff like that. Maybe not instances quite yet. We haven't... one of the struggles of Dragon Saga is actually our ability to make 3D objects through essentially the game engine and exporting it through our 3D programming tool. So it's so old that trying to find all the parts is taking a while. But right now, what we're able to do is actually export things through textures.
Okay.
And we could update textures. So one of the things we're doing is making like weapons and maybe armor, but I think it's more of a weapons right now. We'll see how much time we have. But actually we have some sneak previews of some of the weapons that we plan to release with the Arcadia update.
Alright. And do you want to show off those right now?
Sure. Yeah, let's show them.
Alright, which one do you want to go look at first?
Let's start from anything.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, the first image.
Yeah, that's a spear right there. So what we're planning to do is releasing like kind of like I guess like the elemental weapons right now. Like you have to do it in stages kind of thing. Like you need the core weapon and like stuff to craft it. It's gonna be kind of like that. So something's gonna craft into that.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, so a lot of these weapons are like the result weapons.
Alright. Let's see. Next we have the bow, and this is part of the same.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's really neat looking. I like the designs on these. I was staring at them earlier.
And that's the crossbow right there. I wish we'd have like dual wielding crossbow.
I was
That'd
saying
be
that would be amazing.
No, but this is just like one crossbow, like showing both ends.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of off to the side. But...
Yeah, that's actually a two-hand sword right there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. And did you want to do the...
Yeah, the boots, those are, I believe, for the Dragonkin class.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like the little extra, like wings
Like little wings coming out,
like
yeah.
the back. That was kind of an awesome touch. Alright. Yeah, it looks really awesome. Alright.
So, besides this, we're going to work on some actual, like, what do you say it? Like systems, like
Okay.
system updates to the game. One of the system updates is actually, a lot of players probably notice this, but when they look at the character screen, there's a button that says Rune. You press that button, it does nothing. You just press it, and it's just a free pressing button.
Yeah.
So we're planning on expanding on the Rune System. The Rune System is going to be kind of like an alternate EXP kind of system. Can you actually bring it up?
Yeah.
So this is just a mock-up. Like it's not something that the designers and the programmers are working on right now.
Okay.
It's just a mock-up of what we plan. So what it is you get like runes off of bosses, off of monsters, rare monsters, and stuff like that. And you find different words and you put them together to make like a dragon sentence, a dragon rune word.
Oh, awesome.
So you're gonna get like, for instance, basam, which is like strength, and then another word for like, I don't know, multiplied by 2. This is just, an example. And then basam you wouldn't be able to upgrade, but you could upgrade like the multiplier and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So like basam, let's say Pazah is 5, and you just multiply that 5, and that 5 turns into 10 and stuff like that. And what you do is you fill up like an EXP kind of bar.
Okay,
And when
like the green bar.
Yeah, like the green bar right there. Like you turn on the rune power on, it fills up the green bar, and you go to a person, and then they use that bar, and it transfers into like, for our example is star power right now, right?
Uh-huh.
And then with the star power, you could pay to like increase that stat bonus. So yeah, it's something we're tinkering with. It's really exciting. And yeah.
Very awesome. And for that, you have a whole bunch of different runes, right?
Yeah,
It's
there's
like-
gonna be like a bunch of different runes. There's gonna be like stamina runes, health runes. Well, not stamina, health, and then HP runes. Yeah, like this game calls stamina health. It's every game's different. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. And we're also working on a couple other things before this. One thing is like we're trying to improve PvP a little bit. I believe Popcorn right now is working on on code to make it so that while in the PvP mode, your regular hits don't make you flinch. Like don't make the
Oh.
opponents flinch. Apparently, you could like lock down people while they're on the floor, and they can't get back up because of the flinching mechanic. So we're planning on removing that.
Okay.
And we're gonna keep looking at it though. Like, we don't know why the original developers put it in there in the first place.
Yeah.
Because obviously maybe it was like, oh, maybe no one was hitting because everyone was just walking through hits. So we'll monitor this constantly to see if if it does anything negative, afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know with PvP, it's really everything is kind of delicately balanced.
Yeah,
so-
everything snowballs like
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
You change one thing, and it'll suddenly have a different kind of like reaction in the game that
Yeah. So Popcorn has been really working hard on this, and it's looking good so far.
Awesome.
Will it still flinch in PvE? Yes, it will in PvE. It's going to be only in PvP where this is going to happen. But yeah, that's something we're working on for the short term. Hopefully, I think he's in the middle of it right now, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Um, but besides that, I said everything pretty quick.
Yeah. Just got blazed to it. Do you guys have any questions about anything that was asked? As you can see, I'm in the, like, if you want to meet me in the city, I'm in the background. I haven't logged into this character since I think the last live stream I had with her, so she's still dancing. Or maybe she'll dance forever. Actually, she has another hour of dancing in her life, so. All right.
So yeah, I have a couple more minutes of, I guess, QA time if you guys want to ask things, and yeah.
Yeah. And again, if you want to join in town, actually, make this smaller.
Whoa.
Yeah, I want to go all the way down, so I just go all the way up first. So, so these weapons, I'm guessing they're like game.
Yeah, end game weapons.
Do we know yet where where players will be able to get the mats for that?
The new places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the new places. We're not gonna make people go into old areas.
Okay.
You know, no backtracking. Not for these weapons, anyways. It's gonna be all kind of headed towards the new content.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dragonkin Zodiac weapons, are they gonna have them? Humans
Zodiac weapons. Sorry, my character is not high enough level to experience the Zodiac weapons yet, so.
Manix Mike is wearing them. Yeah, so. It's so blurry.
Yeah, all I see is like particle effects.
Yeah.
So maybe not right now. Because it's like, they're level 1 IM weapons. Maybe we could look into that. We'll see what we can do. No promises yet, but we'll have someone look into it.
Yeah, I know it gets complicated with like making things for the Dragonkin sometimes.
Yes.
The humans already have, because it seems like maybe it was set up way like both with like the way you equip things with them is way more complicated than because it's an older system. So like the way everything's set up. I remember we were talking at one point about like people were saying they wanted like different skin tones for the characters, and that is super complicated because it's actually tied in with the armor.
Yes. So it's not like when you're wearing like the armor, it's on top of the skin, right?
Yeah.
It's actually funny if you look at the textures, like it's part of the arm. So it's like, oh, it's the chest, the chest texture, but it actually cuts off like at the elbow.
Yeah.
And so anything that reveals elbow on up, it's just colored in on the armor. So that means if we're going to do like extra skin tones, we need to load in like 5 different versions of the same armor with just the skin changing. But then on top of that, you have to have the gloves change as well, because the gloves, like if it shows this much skin, then it has to show, you have to change that color but leave everything else alone. So yeah.
And wouldn't that mean like everything they wore would have to like go along with that?
Yes.
So it's literally you'd have to change everything in the game that
it's a lot of variables
in order to
So doing that will not only take a lot of time on the artist's part, but it would make the file size huge. Because basically you're like, oh, you know, just make 2 more colors, right? But then it's like, well, we have to make 2 more colors of every single existing armor from level 1 on up. And the patch download for that would be like gigabytes.
Yeah.
Will there be more RPG elements in the game? So I think the Rune System is very RPG-like. You know, you get to customize your stats a little here and there. Actually, this game has a lot of RPG elements that a lot of current games don't have. A lot of current games, like for instance, if you level up, you just get a static amount of stats, and they're just like, you know, good luck. Yeah. Like, at least this game you get to like allocate your points and stuff like that. You get to put like like cards into your your slots. So there's a lot of customization. We want to see more customization in the future, but right now we're just working on this system.
And as a heads up, so everyone knows, I know there was a announcement we were going to try to do a QA at the end of the month. We're still going to try to do that, and there will be a thread up where you can ask questions as well if you have additional questions. If you're watching this way after the fact and you're like, I missed out on the live stream, so you can always ask questions on the forums and the suggestions and proposals section of the forums, and we look at that and answer them whenever we can.
Yeah. So this live stream right here, or video if you're watching it on YouTube, is mostly for kind of like a monthly update on where Dragon Saga is headed. And it's more informative rather than a Q&A back and forth. But since I finished so early, we have a lot of time left.
Will there be new IM costumes coming?
More costumes? We would love more costumes. Right now, as I said earlier, we're having issues trying to unravel the exporter for 3D models.
Yeah.
So
you can change the appearance of something, but since costumes usually have different shapes and sizes, it's more difficult to set that up. And so until they untangle that and get it all ready, things might be a little slower to...
A borderless full screen mode. That would be nice. I could ask, but
add that to the suggestions, proposals.
That's something we'll have to put in like towards the bottom after all the content update, because I'm pretty sure people are more itching for content right now than a borderless window.
Alright.
Mr. Solomon's question, decrypting. So, I mean, if you have an idea of how people are doing it, let us know, and we'll try to go around and solving it. I mean, if people are able to do it, then that's an issue, but... I think the amount of players that can't get through it is there's more people that can't get through it than people who can. People who can have probably more savvy with the ways. So if you want to help us out, feel free, and we could work on it together to stop it.
Yeah, which will make everything better and everyone happier.
Everything's happy.
All right. Any more questions? Let's see. A temporary solution to borderless full screen if you're using a multi-monitor setup is to use a program like Display Fusion.
Display Fusion.
I've never used that before.
I have no clue what that is.
Tech support Oda.
What's up?
Tech support goes.
The
There's
tech
a
support.
slight echo in the...
There is?
There may be a unmuted stream somewhere.
I don't know where else it would be. Is there another
Oh no, there's two.
There you go. Very cool. Good stream. Good audio quality.
We're like from the future.
Manit's Mike wants you to know that he loves you.
Aw, thank you, Manus Mike.
If you didn't hear him, he said thank you. Alright, sorry about that. About the echoes. I don't know why there was two of those up. That's very strange.
Yeah.
Alright, so any more questions? If not, I think we're going to be wrapping this up. Unless there's anything else you want to share. No?
I like Gundams. Look at this.
I didn't even notice that was a Gundam shirt. I literally thought that was just, I saw it and my mind automatically filtered it to
Like,
the...
For people who've actually seen my desk, I have like Gundam models. We've actually been building lots of Gundams in
Yes.
the office. It just happens to be like a store that's right around the corner, and we were like, oh my god, and then we just buy like Gundams every day and just build them in the office. So
Yeah, and have you been posting on your Twitter about that? I know that sometimes people take pictures on like the War Portal Twitter and stuff like that.
I think I'm not good enough to post it yet. I don't want to show it off, and everyone's like, oh, you missed the spot.
But then you could be like, you could have the good progress. They can see your improvement. They can like
Yeah.
root you on to level up in your Gundam
Well, I mean,
building.
maybe once I think if I get like average level. Right now, I'm just like working on the actual like base model. Like I'm not doing improvements on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
See, I don't know the difference. I don't know enough about Gundams to actually know.
There's people who like customize it like crazy. They airbrush it and add like details and like damage to it. It's pretty awesome. They make dioramas like.
I do
it's a
not
whole
have
new world.
it.
It's a whole new world.
Element rework, will that be a thing?
Definitely, that is one thing we are aggressively looking into. Hopefully, that will come out with the Arcadia update. I know it's a big sore on the eyes of the community currently right now.
Yeah.
And we understand that. We totally see it. But if we do anything right now, it'll drastically, like, either piss off a giant group of people and make another giant group of people happy. But if we don't do anything, it'll make the giant other group unhappy and the other group happy. It's a giant mess what the original developers have left us.
Yeah.
And there's really no good way of just tweaking it right now, because it'll piss off somebody.
And it's better to have, like, to go over it and have the kind of the best solution than to immediately try to, like, fix something and then maybe make it worse. So
yeah, so what we're trying to do is make a whole new system that is fair for everyone.
Yeah.
And we're really looking into the situation right now. Mm-hmm. If there's something like grossly, like, damaging the community, maybe we have to just actually step in and do something. But right now, we'll just kind of continue monitoring the situation. We have, Dragon Lark looking into it, and Popcorn's looking into it. So, yeah. Element System was never meant for PvP. It was announced for PvE. Yeah, funny thing though, it's mostly used for PvP right now, which is kind of, that sucks. Scrap and start over. Yeah, it's pretty much that. We're gonna have to make a new system. That's ultimately what's gonna happen, and yeah, we have to put a new system over it, and everyone's gonna have to relearn what it is and what it does. But I have pretty good confidence that a lot of people will like the new system once we flesh out what we're gonna actually do. But we have ideas right now. We're all like kind of like, hey, what if this does this? And they're like, yeah, that's great, but this thing will probably make it negative. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll try something else. And it's a giant brainstorming session. It's pretty awesome.
And with a lot of with something that big and new, it's a lot of testing involved. And will that add any new dungeons in the few months Autumn Gen X?
I actually addressed that before. Currently, we're having issues getting new instances in the game, primarily because our 3D exporting software is not wanting to really work with us. So a dungeon requires new assets, and but it just doesn't like to export it. Like, we can make a new map. It's like, oh, look, this looks neat, and then you press export. It's just like, no.
I don't think I'm gonna ban you. You didn't do anything. I think it's because I almost accidentally clicked on it, but I didn't. No. Sorry, if that was a scary moment. All right. So.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We spent almost 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Rambling.
If you have any more questions, you can feel free to ask us on the forums. Send me a message on the forums, Facebook, if you don't like the forums or just aren't forum friendly. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And you can send Alteris messages on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What was my what was it? Alteris WP?
Yeah, Alteris
Yeah, Alteris WP. Also, you guys have a live stream at the end of the month for Q&A and stuff like that, right?
Yes. And I usually put the thread up about a week in advance so that people have plenty of time to ask questions. And we'll go over them, as many of them as possible. Some of them, if they're repeats from last time, we won't go over those just so we have time for everything. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. This will be up on YouTube soon in case you just joined halfway through and want to see the rest of it.
Maybe we won't sound like robots.
All right. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, bye.